Hold up.
Live.
Oh, you good?
Hey guys, George here, back again with another train stream. We'll talk about everything, mostly trains. Today, oh no,
Runaway train right off the bat. Welcome back to a live stream. Gfw Trains, otherwise known as George, and I'm his dad, otherwise known as Wally. Thanks for coming in today. Good to see you here. Good to see you, Reading Area Rail fan. Good to see you, Tim. Thanks for coming into the live stream. Online G, good to see you here. Thank you for coming. George, why don't you get on here and I'll do that. I don't know what the heck happened. It's the How'd they all come on?
Reading Area Rail fan. Hi, TDF Lines. Hi. Hey, head of Waldo's production. Wally, head of Waldo's Productions. Yeah. Steambergs, hey Chris. George. Look, it's my Atlantic Coastline F3, but O scale. yeah, it is. They're actually E units made by
Take it off if you want, George.
Okay. So I'll show you what's running currently. They have these, the Monon C420 and the Monon F unit. We've got the TCA train. It doesn't have all the cars. The power's off.
You changed it. Right. We got things rolling now. I'll take care of it, George.
Students clean production of the friends. Hello, hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the stream, Angel. Lego Geek says, I really want MTH ACL F3 because my great grandpa used to work for them as a conductor. Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, my grandpa worked for the Monon, so that's why we like the Monon, right? The Pops.
Yep, Monon.
Worked for the Santa Fe.
We need to get some of those
orthodontics rubber bands. Hey, Grandpa, welcome to the stream.
George, why don't you hop right up onto the hot seat there?
Okay. Hello, John 2618. Hello, Steven. I like the new profile picture. Hey, George, but not George. What? Well, currently we are running the one C420s. Or this one. The other one is put back in the box. So we're up and down the Monon. Everything is fine. Grandpa's putting in the lyrics for the...
Yeah.
I like the sweatshirt. Oh, thank you. I've actually had this
new sweatshirt.
I've had it for a long time. I just never wear it.
I like that one. I like it. You're in one of your videos wearing that one. I can't remember which one.
I think it's Train Fest.
Yeah, cool. So respect for the GFs4. We like that. We're going to get that running today. John 2618. George and I were watching your stream last night. We like that. You got a really cool layout there in your apartment, huh, George?
Yes.
Lots going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you blow the Atlantic Coastline F3 for me, please? I need to make sure it's the same one. Well, actually, they're E units, and I don't think these have sounds, do they?
Nope.
Yeah, they don't have sounds. So sadly, cannot do that. Muy Dio says, and what was your first Lionel train? My dad's was Monon.
Nope.
I mean, not Monon. Amtrak set made by Lionel. It had what was the engine? An Alco, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can get mine. My first engine was a post-war Chesapeake, Ohio 624. Yeah, it's had its fair share of use. That's what we used to costs.
Oh yeah, you definitely love that engine up.
Yeah,
for sure.
We call it Blue because I couldn't say Chesapeake in Ohio when I was little, so I kind of just called it Blue. And yeah, this is my very first engine.
Yeah, we'll have to go first trains one day, and George, I can run my first train, and you can run your first train. Mine's mine's called the Great Lakes Limited. It's a Lionel set. It's a Amtrak passenger set that's got an Alco engine.
You got like a ton of cars for it.
Yeah, later on, I tell you, was able to get cars for that through the years, and yeah.
You got the rare B unit.
I do. Lego Geek was asking, did you see this submission yesterday? Lego Geek, I don't know if George did, but I was the one that was going through some of that stuff. George had a bunch of stuff going on yesterday. So must be coming up. Hey, I got a question for everybody on the live stream. Are you able to hear us? We're having some definite issues with the stream right now. I don't think we're getting the I think we're on the video now.
Oh yeah.
But I think we're
comments out.
But we don't have the chat. It's the chat on the definite issues with the stream right now. Why don't you turn down the there you go. Perfect, George. And then you can move your seat up here. Move that seat up here.
Okay, what do we got?
It was interesting. It's good to be back here. It was an interesting perspective yesterday watching the stream as opposed to being here. George, what did you think about running the stream yourself?
It was hard.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to be out by yourself.
So Mom enjoyed it.
Yeah, you got some assistance from your mom. Had one of the trains slow down over here.
Anywho,
I decided I need to be more like your mom and let you lead on the stream, and me just kind of be some background and talk about, well, mind you, when I'm as a parent.
Well, the Santa Fe they're at threes, and yeah, they'll run. They're just not today. Maybe we can run them another day.
So we've decided what we're going to do is every day we'll pick out 3 trains that we're going to run. And today we've actually got 4, but tomorrow we'll do 3 trains. We'll have 3 trains, and then we'll have a switching train too that will operate and have different parts of the layout. Sometimes it gets a little cumbersome switching out the trains all the time, doesn't it, George?
Yes, it does.
Insert comment here.
Yeah. Okay, Asset Tycho Loco was my first loco. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Do you remember your first? Did you ever have a Tycho or anything at Joe?
I did. I got a Santa Fe F unit as a HO train when I was a little boy.
Really?
I think I still have it. The whole front end is torn off.
Oh.
I think I got the whole thing, and then it went from being a whole thing then to losing the inside of it.
Oh.
I don't know what happened to the inside of it.
So it basically has the shell now?
Yeah, and the shell, and then it's just the front of the shell. Like the cab unit, I broke that off at some point somewhere along the line. I don't even remember, but I do remember that's like the first thing that I ever got.
So that was before the Lionel one?
Right.
Oh, wow.
Now, when I was growing up, George, at our house, Grandpa had an HO layout when I was first born. That was what we operated on. Mm-hmm. And my very, very first exposure to trains was on an HO layout that Grandpa had.
That's cool.
And when my brother and I got a little bit older, Grandpa switched the HO layout because we didn't get to run that very much. But he switched the HO layout over to an O-gauge layout. And as you probably know, it was all based upon post-war, and it was all based upon Super Road track as well.
That's cool. Is that the one that George, or check out aerial view of 4014 available on Gfw Trains. Oh, Grandpa. Not in the channel. Let's see. George, can I ask you a favor? Yeah, sure. George and Wally, if you find an HO scale daylight, let me know. I need one for my lab. Okay, we will let you know. And can you hold the GS4 to the camera?
We'll do that for sure. Let's do that right now. And then I also, George, remember when we were on the live streams last night, and Online G was asking about the cab forward, so we got to show Online G the cab forward, right?
Yeah.
Right. So getting back here, thanks everybody for coming today. Just a reminder, we've got a couple of things going on here. I don't know if George had pointed them out. Today we're going to do the winner of the treasure hunt. There it is. Check out this GS4. It's kind of a neat train.
Here, I'm going to back up.
That's fine. I'm going to get up.
This is the GS4. It's the Train Collectors Association GS4. They have a whole passenger set that go with it. Actually, I found this out today. We have a car from Ward Kimball's collection.
Yeah, right.
A couple, actually.
We have a couple cars from Ward Kimball's collection. Ward Kimball, for those of you that don't know, is an animator for the Walt Disney Company. He animated a lot of really neat stuff for Walt Disney, including a lot of the scenes with the Seven Dwarfs, and he also did the train scene from Dumbo. And he was a president of the Train Collectors Association, which is a club that we belong to. The club that we belong to. Get in here, George. And we went to a convention one time right after he had passed, and his wife had donated some of his train collection from the estate, and I was able to buy a couple of pieces from that, which is really neat.
John2618 says, do you watch PGH Train Fanatic? I've seen a couple of the videos. Yeah, I like him a lot. He is a O-scale as well, really cool layout. Yeah, he had a live stream, I think, last week.
Oh, did he?
Thinking, yeah.
Very cool.
Matthew says hello.
Hey, Matthew, how you doing today?
My friend Sid's Trains is trying to sell the daylight to me. Oh, well, Alice, there you go. Daylight. Maybe you got Lego Geek. Maybe the Lego Geek and or George. I'm sorry.
Online G.
Online G. Yeah, that's right. Can talk. Did you know that there is a Golden Polar Express in Hudson? Yes, I do know that. And actually, we have the Golden Hudson. It's at my grandfather's house. It's in a display case. But yeah, we have the Golden Hudson and the 15th anniversary Polar Express. That's one I want to get. But they're like super rare, aren't they?
Yeah, I like the Gold engines, George, but they're not my super favorite engines. I know that you love the Gold engines. The one that's even better, I bet you guys didn't know this. There's actually a Gold Big Boy. Mike's Train House made a Gold Big Boy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
it's the TCA, isn't it?
Well, they made a Gold Big Boy for the TCA. I'm not sure if they made a regular production Gold Big Boy, George, but they made a Gold production. You need to get in the hot seat. That's what I learned from yesterday. I need to give you the reins as opposed to take the reins.
But yeah, we have the Hudson, the Lionel one. There's also an MTH one, which not too many people know about. There's one for sale at Duque. I'm not sure if it still is, but yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, that Gold Big Boy is pretty cool. I've seen pictures of it. A Golden Big Boy, I want it now. Yeah, I'm sure it probably cost a lot.
Yeah, I think it was like right out of the box, $2,000. If I remember correctly, something like that.
Price is inflated too.
Right. That'd be neat to have as a Golden Big Boy.
Yes, we are up in Western Canada. Oh, cool. That's fun. Angel Garcia says, I saw a 2-rail Challenger going for $5,500.
Holy cow.
We saw a 2-rail Big Boy one time at DuPage. Remember that?
Yeah, we did.
The guy was trying to sell it to us. It was
George wanted to buy it. He didn't care if we didn't have 2 rail trains. He's like, oh yeah, I want a big boy, Dad. I want a big boy.
Yeah, they are pretty expensive. That's for sure. Anything that's articulated is expensive.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. I definitely would rather get the Legacy Big Boy. Hey, that's a good question. What would you guys rather get? The MTH Golden Big Boy, which I think has Proto 2, right?
Yeah.
Or the Lionel Big Boy, the Legacy one?
Well, that's a good question.
Which one would you rather get?
I think I'd rather get the Golden Big Boy, even if it is MTH. That thing is cool. The only one that I know for sure, and I think that MTH cataloged the Golden Big Boy just generically, but I do know that they offered the Golden Big Boy for sale. I know that Grandpa put up there that there was only one Golden Big Boy, but I know that they put up they offered the Golden Big Boy for sale. I've only ever seen one of them, but that would be a neat one to have.
Grandpa said only one Gold Big Boy.
Nope, that's not true. I do know that for a fact, because that Lionel did sell, or not Lionel, MTH did sell Golden Big Boys through the Train Collectors Association. Lego Geek says he wouldn't want a Gold Loco.
Why is that?
I'm with you, Lego Geek. They're high maintenance. How much would you run a Golden Train? It's funny.
I'd buy one to run and buy one to...
My brothers and sisters, my dad has the Golden Hudson. He's got it on the mantelpiece in his living room. And my brothers and sisters, I've got 2 sisters and a brother, and they're into trains, but not as into trains as I am. They like to call that Grandpa's train collecting trophy. It's his trophy for collecting trains. Fun fact about that Golden Hudson that Grandpa's got, George. Did you know that in the box that it came with, it had cotton gloves that you're supposed to wear?
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. Did he put them on when he put it in?
Oh, of course. You think Grandpa wouldn't?
That's true. Angel Garcia says, I know I actually sold my JLC Big Boy, but the guy returned it.
Oh, geez, really?
I'm so glad I got it back. I remember being upset when I shipped it out. I would be too.
Yeah. Did you sell it on eBay or on an OGR forum or something?
Sing King Productions with friends says, remember my Alaska Gold Sun? Bluetooth set I told you about broke once the piston got loose and jammed the locomotive. Oh, that sucks. The Lego Geek says, is it truly Carat Gold or K Gold?
Well, I don't know if it... I mean, I think it is. I think it's gold-plated.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure on that. But it definitely it sparkles like it's real gold. So Hardcore MOH is coming in and saying that he bought a 2666. That would be an Allegheny. And when you're saying you bought the one that you bought, is that a gold one? Hardcore MOH? That'd be pretty a pretty cool one to have. I can say that I've never seen one. Grandpa says just a reminder, this is Grandpa's public service reminder, George. You shouldn't handle the trains by the train. You should only handle them by the trucks. And if you have a golden train, George, just to expound on Grandpa's reminder, always wear your gloves.
Tim says the Challenger that Angel Garcia speaks of is the one going from 5,500 is the closing from the high-end brass. Wow, that's cool. Angel says he sold it on eBay, but the guy was claiming a lot of BS problems, and I took it to the Gfw Trains store, and they certified that it was perfectly functioning. Huh? That's strange.
Yeah. So we've got as we're going through here, like we always talk about our layouts in the beta stage, we've been doing these live streams, and the live streams have been taking up a lot of our time that we usually would use for fixing the layout. We enjoy the live stream; it's great.
Yeah.
It's allowed both George and I to connect with a lot of different people in the community. I spent a lot of time watching live streams last night with George. We had a good time. Some neat ones in particular. John 2618, who's on here, has a really cool switching layout.
Really?
Switching layout. You were there.
Oh yeah.
And he spent a lot of time and it's really neat to watch it switch back and forth and everything like that. But as I was saying, these live streams have helped us connect with the community, and it's inspired us to run trains. Sounds like hopefully it's inspired a lot of other people to run trains. That's been pretty cool, hasn't it?
Yes.
But in terms of
Facts. Hold on,
fixing the layout, just let that roll. It'll roll slowly, Jordan. Is in terms of fixing the layout, we've been fixing trains and putting trains on and taking trains off, so it's been a little bit difficult for us to do anything to the layout because we don't have much time. But getting back to the community, I got a couple of things I want to pump one more time or promote one more time. The requests that we're making for viewers of the GFW Trains channel to put up some videos on YouTube or send us some videos so that we can make a 1,000 subscriber video compilation of videos from the subscribers. We usually like to go to friends layouts, and we've been saving one particularly special layout for when GFW Trains reached 1,000 subscribers, and he was just reached. There you go for all the GS4 fans. There's the GS4 coming alive. But for all of we haven't had the opportunity to get out here because we're doing the stay at home. That said, what we're asking is for people who are viewers, subscribers, to provide us some videos so that we can make a video compilation. What we're asking you to do is either post them up on YouTube and put the hashtag GFW Stay at Home Running Trains and on that so that we can see that. Or if you don't have a YouTube channel to post, please send them to trainbuds@gmail.com. We'll check that out. So Lego Geek, I have to apologize. Well, I guess I was real busy during the day yesterday, being at work and then coming home. I didn't have a lot of time on my hands, and then when I did have some downtime, I just kind of chilled, and George chilled with me, and we watched some live streams rather than doing anything on the channel. So if you put in something and you hashtag that yesterday, that's awesome. Sorry if we haven't watched it, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that for sure. But please do that. That would be great. And we're going to try and put together a video with all of the different trains. The other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be finishing up the drawing for the people who submitted entries for the contest, or for I guess the giveaway on the Badgerland S-Gauge layout treasure hunt. So we've got that. We've got all the names here in a hat, and I think we'll be doing that here soon, pretty quickly. Not sure how many people we're on the stream right now who've got their names in there, but there's definitely some familiar names from people who made comments in regards to the Badgerland video. So we've got a lot of GS4 fans in the house. I think there's a lot of requests to see this engine. So I'm going to take my ugly mug off the live stream here, and I'm going to do a little bit of train following. Now, before I do though, as George said, the GS4 was made by K-Line. It's a train that was made for the Train Collectors Association to pull a set of passenger cars that were made one each year to celebrate a convention in a city around the country that the Train Collectors Association had national conventions at. So that's what you're going to be seeing. I believe there's 9 cars in the set. We don't have all 9 cars out. One of the reasons why we don't have all 9 cars out is one, we wanted to fit it on the siding, and then 2, we wanted to we just ran out of time again. It's funny how much time things get eaten up on things that you don't normally think that they would get eaten up by. So here we go. Let's go for a look. All right. There's GFW Trains there. There's the As we're talking about with the layout fixes, there's a low voltage draw spot right there. Got to fix that one of these days here coming up. So fun feature, I bet you didn't know this, George, but those, I believe it was on all Southern Pacific trains, George.
They have a horn.
Yeah, so on here,
There's one on these right here.
see here, George.
Right.
Zoom in on that.
Here, I'll bring it. It's right here.
Oh yeah.
Just notice that that's we look at.
We're gonna fix that engine all together one of these days. That one's one of the engines that we've had some trouble with, and then here's the other engine that we're running. George talked a little bit about that yesterday. That's a custom. It's on a 2333. 2333 shell, and it's Monon and Luger in the Purdue color scheme, made by Bob DiDomenico. And then behind that, which is actually the power unit, is an Alco C420 command and control. Lionel's made a couple of different variations of that. They made just made a new one, a high nose, which is a really rare one, a high nose with Bluetooth. It's a special edition one, I think, made for Mr. Muffin's Trains out in Indiana. But the Monon F units are kind of special. We really like those. George, I'm going to get back over here, let you tune in and talk to some of the people making comments.
That bridge is awesome. Does it operate? Yeah, it does. It currently doesn't though, but it's an operating bridge. We just got to get it wired right now. It's kind of low on the list currently. Trying to get everything to work on the layout.
Well, one of the things about that bridge is I've got to make sure that it fits in the layout with the way that we've got it set up with the two levels. In fact, when we get done, you should do a layout tour with the vision of what we want to do for the rest of the layout for everybody on here, George.
Sure, yeah.
So any other?
All right, let's see. Can you do a long whistle for the JS4? I can try, but I have to get a better one. This one's kind of...
I'll grab you
the legacy one doesn't work. It's that one. It doesn't work with the K-line engine, I don't know why. It just, sometimes it doesn't work with the
The legacy doesn't? Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know that. For those of you that don't know, we've tried to put our best foot forward with Hold on, we'll see. What do you want, George? We'll get it on here. We've tried to put our best foot forward with the electronics these days, and this is what we've got going on over here. It's all done over by remote control. A lot of it is done through our phones here, and with the Mike's Train House DCS app. This is in fact part of the DCS app that controls the power to the trains. So with the DCS app, we've got it going through the Wi-Fi and thus on an app on our phone. We also have the Lionel Wi-Fi going and can operate trains with the Lionel LCS app. In addition to that, we have a legacy base hooked up as well as a TMCC base. So We're trying to cover all our bases.
Alright, so
see what I did there, George?
we're coming around. Let's see if we can get that going. Does that suit your need? I think, sure, I wish I could come get some, sure, my grandpa says, sure wish I could get some of the rest of the neat stuff over to the guys, but it's, Professor kind of doesn't, yeah. Havoc Film says, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Barnful of Trains says, hello all, welcome to the stream. Let's see who else is in. Can you do, oh, I already did that. Let's see. When I go to one of the TCM, each George is gonna have to run my train because I always forget to use the line of legacy remote. Yeah, my dad's CEO of that. Let's see, what else do we got? I'm gonna go back, see if anybody commented. Didn't read. Sorry, many things about the GS4. Can you make it to its top 3 goal? It's at its top speed currently. Hardcore MO8 with the third. Will the third rail? Huh? Will the third rail CO right around the room making the three running locos? Well, you can run as many locomotives as you want with this. That's the cool part about it. It's pretty cool. I think one day we had up to 5 locomotives running at once, right?
Yep.
That's the small line engines. Alright.
So I saw a couple people check in, George. Some new people on the stream. Did you get a chance to say hello to them?
Yes, I did.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
Very cool. Havoc Films checking in. Good to see you here.
Barn full of trains, yeah.
Barn full of trains. Very nice. Wish I had a barn that I could put full of trains. How about you, George?
We have a basement.
Basement full of trains?
Technically, yeah. There's a train in every single room in the basement, even the bathroom.
And just for you folks that are just now showing up, this is George. You probably didn't recognize George, otherwise known as Gfw Trains.
I like trains.
You didn't recognize George because he was wearing an orange Lionel sweatshirt, and it's not a cross-country or track-related sweatshirt. Thank you for coming in, everybody, here today. One of the things I want to remind everybody is that we got a lot of real cool people on the stream here with a lot of really neat channels.
I'm here to back cook.
Please support everybody in the community.
Let's see.
If you scroll through the chat, and right next to the people's names, there's three little buttons that you can scroll over.
Or if you're watching on a phone, you just click on their channel.
Just click on that, and that'll bring you to their channel. Please check out everybody's channels and support the community, support each other.
Yeah.
Speaking of the community, one of the things that we're getting ready to dial in on is a community meet and greet, right, George? Where are we going to do that at?
We're going to do it at IRM September 19th, right?
Yep.
And it's the day when they're running the Pioneer Zephyr, Nebraska Zephyr, the 1630 and the Shea.
Right, it's a Illinois Railroad Museum showcase, and where they're going to bring out all of their best equipment. They're going to run all of that, so it should be a really fun event.
They have some pretty cool stuff there.
What we're planning on doing is doing a tailgate for anybody who's in the railroading community. What we'd like to do is we'd like to invite everybody out. Not sure how we're going to do it, but we'd like to have it be not just something that we're inviting people to, but that other people are inviting each other, or other people are sending some. The invitation is spread by everyone because it's not meant for just GFW Trains. It's not meant for just subscribers for GFW Trains. It's meant for the whole community. We'll be putting it on. We'll do a tailgate. We'll have some food. We'll have some drinks. We'll have an RV out there with some shade, or if it's raining, hopefully a little bit of some shelter from the rain. But it should be a good time. And for those of you that have never heard of the Illinois Railroad Museum,
it's the United States' largest railroad museum. It's pretty cool.
I would dare say it's one of the best, if not the best, railroad museum in the world. It's got some beautiful, beautiful equipment.
Tons of operating equipment, modern and old.
Yep. George, I know I asked this before. What's your favorite piece that they have? In fact, can you do me a favor, George? Can you turn down the sound? There we go, on the GS4. For those of you that are into the sound, sorry about that, but I guess there's looking at the live stream yesterday when I was at work. There was a lot of different things that I noticed from a different perspective. One of them was our tones of voices. So one of the things that's definitely on the list to buy is a live streaming microphone and camera, so we can up our game on that a little bit. Either that, or one of the things that we can do too is that we may try, but I'm scared to try it, is doing some live streaming with the camera on our phone and being able to utilize that. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. We should try that. Maybe we can try that tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Or tomorrow night. We'll do our regular stream. By the way, what time are your regular streams?
3 o'clock every day, except for we're not going to do one this Monday.
Right. We're going to do one tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to take a day off on Monday. So trying to do them 6 days a week. With last Sunday we didn't do one, but we're going to do one this Sunday. So George, tell me about this hat, what we got going on here.
So basically, if you saw the video at Milwaukee, we did a video contest on...
Let me clarify that there's a lot of videos on the channel of Milwaukee, but there's one in particular, right?
Of an S-gauge layout.
Badgerland S-gauges?
Yeah. And they had a really cool layout with a lot of the movie Easter eggs. And we decided to film a video of their layout, and it's a pretty amazing layout. They did a real nice job with it. What do you think?
Oh, I agree. I could have watched it, looked at that layout for at least, I'm not going to look at it.
Still not have all the...
Right, there were all kinds of different Easter eggs. Everything from Alice in Wonderland to the A-Team to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Movies I've never even heard of.
yeah. No, there's Wayne's World was on there.
Yeah, they had
Bullet.
Scooby-Doo, stuff like that. Yeah.
Right, it was a real neat one. But put up a video up there on GFW Trains of the layout, and the contest in the comments section.
You had to find an Easter egg, right? And then you put where it was in the comments, and then you were entered into the hats.
Right, and they had 3 prizes.
Yes.
Actually,
I can go grab those.
We've got 1 prize. We're giving away one prize.
But you get to choose from 3.
Right, an HO prize, an O prize, an HO prize, an O prize, and an S-gauge prize. So we're trying to cover our bases for different people and the different scales that they collect. So we'll have 1 prize that we're giving out for that. And we'll do the drawing right now. So George is stepping away. Let me take a look at some of the things going on the screen. Yeah, Grandpa, we're going to actually, for those of you that still need your GFW Trains fix, what I would tell you to do is just go to the GFW Trains channel. There's a lot of neat videos that are up there. We've got some really, really cool layouts that we've had the opportunity to check out and put videos of, and it's really fun to do. And we've gotten to the point where people are actually asking us to come over and take videos of their layout. So we've got some really, really cool ones. not only from shows that we go to, but different people's houses that we go to. So that would be my suggestion. Not only check out our page, but also the George's page, but also to check out other ones from the community, because it's a really, really cool community and a lot of neat layouts on it. In fact, almost everybody that's on the stream here has some really cool layouts that's on there.
Yeah.
Sparky 107, welcome. Glad you can make it to the stream. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
You're just in time. I believe your name is one of the names that's in on the contest for the drawing here. We're just about ready to do the drawing for the Badgerland giveaway.
So, I'm going to show up the prize.
Hey Jerry, how you doing? I'm sorry to cut you off, George. For those of you that are into HO.
Yeah, so we're going to start off smallest to biggest. We have a Southern Pacific Akron Blue Box caboose kit with all the parts. It's got real nice shells to it. It's got the instructions in there, and then it's got all the parts in this bag right here for like smaller pieces like handrails and stuff like that. In fact, I don't have one out, but I have a couple of these that are finished, which are really cool. So yeah, that's the HO scale prize. We have the S scale prize, which is a American Flyer 938 caboose.
We figure we got to have an S scale prize because it was an S scale layout.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
Knuckle couplers on that?
Oh yeah, knuckle couplers.
Do you remember what year that's from? Is that from like 1949? It might even be earlier than that, I think.
I don't know. It doesn't say. It might be the number 38, but I think that's too.
Right on.
And then we have for the O scale people, we have a clock. Really nice O scale clock. In fact, I think this is the picture that Ben's Trains YouTube channel is.
Oh yeah?
His profile picture, yeah. Yeah, pretty neat. It's got all 12 numbers on it.
Wow, 12.
Yeah, 12
That's
numbers.
good. No more, no less.
No more, no less. That's right. And they each go by an hour at a time. So.
Oh, very good. Is that the one that's actually got the whistle on it from each one, or is it just
I don't know.
Nope.
No. Well, it's got 12 numbers and it tells time.
So John 2618 says sweet clock. Also, we had a new guy. I got a shout out from my buddy Online G. Says hi Wally, and he's got his cottage guys just checked in. He says hi, got great and impressive railways. Thank you. I saw somebody else that checked in. Jeffrey. Jeffrey, we had to cut off just the other day on this particular giveaway. So let's see.
Yeah, in fact, should we do it in the famous Reds hat?
No, we're gonna do it in that one. So, all right. Oh, there it is. It's 8453 Productions. Hello, George. I knew I saw somebody check in there when they came in. So, got 27 viewers right now, which is pretty cool. And all right. So here's what you do. I'm gonna hold it up high above George's head for everybody to see. There's the entries right in there. All right, above George's head.
Oh, got two. Okay.
All right, so George has got the name right there of the winner. DB Tech. All right, right there, guys. DB Tech. I don't know if he's a regular to our streams. I don't know if he's on the stream right now.
I mean, he'll be on soon.
Right, and the good news is, too, we know how to reach out to him, and we'll get that, we'll figure out which one he wants and fire that off. If I'm not mistaken, DB Tech, he's a HO guy, so I'm guessing he's probably going to want that blue box. But lots of neat stuff there to choose from, George.
Yes. Right.
So, hey, and for all of you that entered into the contest, or not contest, but the drawing, the giveaway, one, thank you for doing that. I thought that was a kind of a neat layout and kind of a neat video. Surprisingly, there wasn't a video that got a lot of traffic on it. So it's kind of interesting to note which videos and what people like to watch and what people like to do. In fact, one of the videos that I was working on last night with George, I don't like the footage on it too much, but it's a really neat video and really neat subject matter. But I don't think that I don't know if it'll get good play or not. I'm throwing this out there. How many people on the stream here know of the locomotive called the General?
Oh yeah.
How many people? And I just want to see people check in, and then I'll talk a little bit about the General, because I think that's probably going to be the next video that we put out there. It's some footage that we got that we've been working on with the General. It's in Kennesaw Mountain, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. Big Shanty is what it used to be called, and it's where the General was actually stolen. But before I get into it more, I want to see if anybody knows the General. So, George, here's got people checking in, lots of people talking.
I saw somebody new.
Right, Jeffrey. It's a 440. That's cool. It's exactly right. It's an American. It's a engine that was built in 1861, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
1861. George talks about what year it was built in the video. So,
Shane's Trains, welcome to the stream. Who else?
Checking in with Havoc Films. He's asking about the prizes for the new giveaway. Havoc, will I have the prizes as soon as we figure out which prize BB Tech wants, and then we'll reset things and do the prizes for the new giveaway. We'll let everybody know what those prizes are. So.
All right.
And Jeffrey was asking about the videos. Jeffrey, we're going to do the drawing for the videos on April 10th. So the one for the hashtags, we're going to do the drawing for that video on April 10th. The one that we just did was not. Again, I repeat, it's not for the videos, the hashtag GFW Stay at Home Running Trains videos. It was for the Badgerland treasure hunt video that we did a while back.
Shane's Train says, how do we enter the drawing? Well, that last one was for the you had to find a movie Easter egg from the layout.
On a video that we had posted previously.
But this next one, and all you have to do is
there's two ways that you can get into it.
You have to, since we hit our 1,000 subscribers and we wanted to do something special, we decided to incorporate our fans into the
subscriber videos.
Yeah, and so basically what we're doing is we're having you take a video of like a floor layout or a regular layout that you have, and you can post it to YouTube with GFW Stay at Home Running Trains in the title. Or if you don't have a regular YouTube channel that you post on and you want to send it into trainbuds@gmail.com, that's also an option too, and then you're entering the drawing.
So what we want to do is, with your permission, we don't have very much train layout footage that's ready to go. We want to do we want to do a next video that includes train layouts. So that said, we're asking for a little bit of help, and then we're asking for. I thought it would be a fun way to incorporate a lot of everybody's neat things that they're doing. One of the other kind of fun things that I had realized, I didn't know this, I'm not very technologically savvy, but once you put the hyperlink or the hashtag GFW Stay at Home Trains, it'll show up in YouTube as a hyperlink, and all you have to do is click on that hyperlink, and it'll take you to everybody that's put in submitted a video that uses the hashtag GFW Stay at Home Trains. Or GFW Stay at Home Running Trains.
Yes. So, what else do we got? Happy BB Tech 1. He's a good dude. He offered to give me one, so I've been looking for a while. The HM4 East Coast, whatever.
Very cool.
That's cool. Our videos still accepted? Yes, we are.
What we're going to do is on the videos. We're going to, like I said, the drawing is going to be held on April 10th, and the videos are going to be accepted through April 8th. We'll accept videos anytime, but the cutoff for the drawing is going to be April 10th. So that's, or the cutoff is going to be on April 8th. So that's what we're doing there. was reading a little bit about contests on YouTube, and we put together some rules just in case, because YouTube, when they're doing channel reviews and they're reviewing a contest, I don't know if, and I doubt, we're such a small fish in the pond, but they've got some pretty, like legally, they got some pretty strict guidelines on what they're supposed to do with the videos. So I'm glad that we're a close-knit community, and it's something that we can do for people. But gosh, after reading all the rules, it kind of made me scared. I don't. This next one may be the last giveaway that we do. So George, what else we got there on the comments?
We got a message retracted. That's the last one.
And
that's it. As of now. Currently at 22 people. Wow, that's a lot of people.
So George, rolling back, let's talk about the General. You're right. The General is an American. It's a 440 locomotive, right? Yeah. And it was used during the Civil War. It's actually a engine from the it was run in the South on the WBNA Railroad. I forget what the moniker WBNA stands for. But again, that's something that we've discussed in the video that we talked about. But it's a fascinating story about a train in the American Civil War. During the height of the Civil War, or actually as it was just coming to an end, or closing down, the North was fighting hard, and was fighting, and the South was fighting hard to hang on. And the North figured that one of the ways that they could defeat the South was to cut off the rail lines between Chattanooga and Atlanta. And the North devised a plan where they were going to take some spies, send them down to Georgia, and steal a train on the WBNA route that ran between Georgia and, from Georgia, or from Atlanta, on the route that went from Atlanta to Chattanooga, steal a train, and then sabotage the rail between one and the other. But without to give anything away from the video, it's a very intriguing story where the North sent, I think it was 17 spies down, and they convened in Kennesaw, Georgia, and they stole a train, which is this General, and it's still here, it's still around.
Yeah, they actually still have some of the tracks too from it as well, like the original railroad.
Yeah. And they stole this train, and it's an amazing story of the Civil War. And for those of you that are familiar with American medal or medals that the U.S. military gives out, it was the first time after that. And I don't want to spoil what happens in this story, but the soldiers from the United States that went down and were participating in this were the first people ever to be awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. So that's really neat. And the engine was saved from scrap and was ultimately restored and toured the country. The L&N Railroad restored it, and it toured the country, and it's one of the most famous locomotives in the United States. We had the opportunity to go see it. We were down in Kennesaw, Georgia.
Trevor's in the stream right now.
All right.
Yeah, so welcome to the stream. Grandpa says the WGA was the Western Georgia and Atlantic Road.
It wasn't the WGA though. Oh. I think it was the WBA or the WBNA. Again, the good news is I don't remember it right here on the top of my head, but it is in the video. But the reason why I comment this and the reason why I talk about this is it's not one of the most flashy videos that we have, but I had some footage of it, and we were just trying to cobble together some film.
Last year.
Yeah. You should hear George's voice in it. I was playing the video and doing some editing with George, and George's mom, who was on the video yesterday, says, "Who's that? Who's that talking?" She didn't even recognize George's higher voice that's in the video.
Yeah. Matthew asked, who won the drawing? DB Tech did.
DB Tech did, and we'll be in contact with him. We'll get in contact him on his YouTube channel, And then also,
Probably make it like another video separate, just to like or like
all right,
like
you're on it, George.
yeah, maybe later today.
All right. So, all right, I'm gonna since we're running some trains, you and I have been talking. George, why don't you follow the camera around a little bit? We've got an awkward setup. We've got my computer here. I've been too lazy to purchase a camera or figure out how to use my phone as our camera that we can operate on the YouTube here. But George, why don't you take a look at your phone and you can read and respond to the YouTube comments as I'm taking some. It's the K-Line GS4 with the Train Collectors Association train of Lionel passenger cars.
It's not the whole train.
This is a Monon train. That's a repainted Santa Fe 2333 post-war Monon colors, the Purdue freight colors, as well as a Lionel Alco C420. For those of you that can't hear George nod, he just nodded to that as a.
Can't hear George nod, yeah.
That's why George needs to talk, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday he did so good talking when his mom didn't know what to say and George was having to talk.
Yeah.
So why don't you take this around and talk, George, and I can tell you what the comments are on the live stream.
So now we got my mom's Atlantic Coastline set of engines. This is they're E8s made by Williams. Pretty cool. She got them from my grandpa. You can see them because they're purple, right? And yeah, pretty neat. I think the cars are made by Lionel and the E units are made by Williams. But yeah. And then we've got the TCA Train Collectors Association's GS4. It's one of 3 engines that would pull this train.
George, not to interrupt, but Ben's Trains just checked in and saying that he's sorry he can't stay for very long, but he wanted to stop by and say hi.
Hello. Welcome to the stream, or welcome to the stream that, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Then we got the Monon C420 back there with the F unit, made by Bob D. and Domenico. Yeah, it's pretty sweet F unit. I like it a lot. Honestly,
618 says that he likes the Atlantic Coastline. Said Grandpa chimed in saying that they're E7s and not E8s.
Oh,
which is true. I've been calling them E8s, but they are E7s.
Cool.
Saw that on the box.
Oh.
Not that I'm like some train guru.
So we got the cab forward, which we're gonna have to run later, kind of in 2 pieces right now.
We got the backward cab forward over there.
Yeah, it doesn't work right now, sadly. Then we got just some aces out and GP9, just other stuff. Yeah, currently and then we got the Hudson and the Burke over here.
George, why don't you talk about our plan for running trains in the future? We're going to put out...
Oh yeah, I'm going to put it back on the computer.
No, it's alright, keep showing it off.
So, basically, what we're going to do for the future is, we're going to cycle through trains. And my grandpa came up with this idea, right? And since we have 3 tracks that we're using right here, this track we're not going to use because we have the Y that we're going to use it for. So we got the 3 tracks right here. We're going to take every live stream. We're going to take 1 train off, and then we're going to put another one on. So we're going to cycle through them, and yeah, this. But yeah, so basically what it will look like is we're going to have train here, and train here, and then we'll ask the fans what trains they want to see next, or yeah, subscribers, what trains they want to see next.
So George always calls them fan, I always call them subscribers, because you know, they might subscribe for your content and like trains and not you.
You the Trains fans. I'm George.
I kid, George. I kid.
Yeah. So
I knocked George off his game.
Let's see. Tim says those are E7s, George.
You can always count on people correcting us with our trains. And so, Tim and Dad, what are the difference between E7s and E8s? Is it the square windows on the side? I think that's how you can tell the difference. These. Yeah.
There's a good chance my collecting will shift to O gauge. Well, you guys aren't. LOL. You guys aren't helping. Oh, like with the addiction.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. John, you had a beautiful, beautiful collection and a really, really neat layout in a small spot there at your apartment.
Yeah.
So there's pros and cons to each side. In fact, I was thinking to myself as George and I were watching your live stream last night about how much coolness you've got packed into one bedroom. Our layout here is pretty big, and it's around the whole rec room that we've got in our basement. Yeah, we like it. We enjoy it, and we've always been in the O gauge, but there's also, there's pros and cons to each.
Yes. Brandon the Frisco 1522 says hi.
Oh, hey, how's it going, Brandon? Welcome to the live stream.
Grandpa says horsepower and square windows.
Horsepower and square windows. There you go.
There you go. Jerry says I agree with you.
All right. Yep. See, great minds think alike, Jerry. So I apologize again to everybody on the screen. I always hate to apologize, and it seems like it's always I apologize. But when we were rolling on the stream, our stream went haywire, and we've lost our actual real time indication of what's going on the chat. So George and I are both referring to our phones here as to things that people are saying that. And then the other thing that we're referring to our phones, you may see us check from time to time, is for the layout, right, George? Why don't you explain a little bit about that?
So what we have is we have the MTH DCS Wi-Fi module, and this is what it looks like when you're running the trains. And actually,
so the trains were actually running off of Wi-Fi on an app.
Yes. And I'm controlling the C420 right now, right here. And yeah, so pretty neat.
Specifics. Coming over here, you can see the Wi-Fi unit there, the MTH Wi-Fi unit. We also have down here, this kind of is a rat's nest, but we have the Lionel Wi-Fi unit down here too. So if we wanted to run the trains off of Lionel as opposed to MTH, we've got the Lionel unit. The reason why we're running the off of the MTH as opposed to the Lionel is because the Lionel, you need a separate piece to the puzzle here in order to regulate the voltage of the track. And you need two pieces with the Lionel system. You only need one with an MTH system. So that's why we're using the MTH system as our main go-through with our main go-through is what we're using on the app. But we've got the ability to use the Lionel app, the MTH app. We've been running trains. In fact, the GS4 we're running off of the old TMCC, the first generation TMCC. We've got the ability to use the legacy remote too, and you'll see us use that one from time to time.
Jerry asked if I can sound the horn and bell with my phone. Yes, I can, but the sad part about the Monon engines is the one that's running currently doesn't have any sound. When we got it, never had sound.
You know what might be a fun thing to do, George?
What?
Why don't you get out that Great Northern engine?
Okay.
We've got a Great Northern engine here. We'll put this on the track, Jerry, and it's pretty neat. Yes, because you can operate the sounds on it. The trains that we do have on our layout right now are less sound-equipped trains than other trains that we've got. So one of them that we've got that George is putting out right now, and I'll move the camera over there. It's a Mike's Train House Proto Sounds 3 SD70 Ace, and we'll go through all of the different sound functions that are available that you can utilize through this app. All right, so watch me over my shoulder. Right there is the SD70 Ace, and George will bring it over utilizing that app, and we'll go through all of the different sounds that are available. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll shut down these other trains that are running right now, just so that we can hear a little bit better. Got the Mona on it, slowly coming into the home here. Slowly getting in. Hey guys, thanks again for coming and spending the afternoon with George. It's been a fun way to stay at home, and
some solid play.
So, all right. Here, hold on a second, George. Let me grab my phone. For those of you guys just tuning in, one of the things that we wanted to kind of show off here, or not show off, but per se, but do a show and tell on, is this Mike's Train House sound system that's on this particular engine. I laugh as a father and as somebody that's doing this stream with George. Every time I turn around and turn back to George, I have no idea what I'm going to see. And for those of you that can't see, I was expecting to go through this stuff and George should be ready to go. I turn around and George has it all taken apart. So anyway, that's the fun of running trains, right, George?
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got, George?
So basically, I'm going to start it up real quick. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. So currently, we have the cool app right here. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start up the engine so you guys can hear the sound. So, and so then from the engine, you can do stuff like the horn and the bell.
And that's an app right off the phone. It's going through our house wireless, believe it or not. It's going through MTH wireless, talking to the house wireless.
So then we can control it. We can go forward, and then you can control the direction and make it go back. Whoa.
And
Unstoppable 2.
Here we go.
Should go forward now. Alright. Okay. And then come down here, control the couplers. So the back one just did, or the back one just opened. I'm going to show the front one opening. So it's pretty neat. And then you can control the smoke, the headlights, the engine sound, the boost, the rev up, so, and the rev down, and then boost brake. And then come over here, and then you've got all these cool like custom sounds and idle sound or sequences, and the extended shutdown, extended startup. So if we can do forward signal, reverse signal, crossing signal. Coupler sack.
Probably need to be moving for that one.
Yeah. Coupler close. Extended start. Well, we can do the extended shutdown real quick, and then we can do the extended start up.
How about
Extended shutdown. And then you can do extended startup. And then you can do, there's all these cool custom sounds.
Pick out a custom sound there, George.
And then they're all just like little things.
It's the idle sequence one there at the very bottom, George.
And there's all these idle sequences.
How many cars you got? Got 8 cars. Just stand by there for a minute or two.
Just stand by.
How many cars you got? Got 8 cars. Just stand by there for a minute or two. We'll put it on the southern lead. I think there's 1 car down there on the southern lead. Just tie into that and shove it in the clear.
Hardcore MOH. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Sorry we weren't paying attention to the talking the stream. Glad you could come by and spend some time with us.
So it goes train wreck.
John2618 says, Wally, my uncle gave me a really old original post-war set that needs some TLC. One day I'll get around to working on it. You know what, John? I think that once you get rolling on that, you'll be surprised at how, one, how bulletproof they are, and two, how easy they are to fix
pretty
it.
simple.
The wiring and everything in there is simple comparatively. So once you get rolling on that, I think that you'll find that quite enjoyable and not necessarily easy to fix, but relatively simple and straightforward to fix.
And then you got like the the track voltage, which is 12.13 volts right now. Track signal, so it's good. And then triple monitor.
Odometer.
Or that's what I meant.
The monitor.
Oh.
Odometer.
Yeah.
That was my dad. Shut up, voice. Or
so
look to me.
I don't know what happened, but so this only got 0.12 scale miles. Last time it said it had 5 scale miles.
That's because is that your full odometer or just the trip odometer that you did?
Trip odometer.
Trip odometer is what you've been doing today. The full odometer is 88.73 miles. It's been on there.
And then chronometer.
Chronometer. Oh my gosh! Don't worry, guys. That's George only repeated the 6th grade 3 times, so maybe this time when he repeats this year when he repeats the 6th grade, it's gonna stick. I kid. George isn't in 6th grade. He's in 5th grade. Chronometer. All right, George. Why don't you pull on up? Start, actually, you can't see the stream from there, huh? So, I'll see if I can get the chronometer on these trains working.
Be quiet. Okay. That's cool that it keeps track of miles. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Actually, one I want to see, like, I want to get working That would be really cool. We bought it a long time ago because we were gonna try and make it into a Michigan State train.
Yeah.
But the
SW 1500.
yeah, that one's kind of went kaput. I would like to see the miles on that one.
This one here. Well, you know, it's funny, John. You talk about the chronometer on there, and the odometer and all of the stuff. It makes me chuckle to see people sell the Mike's Trainhouse engines, and they talk about how much time is on the engine and how many miles it's actually been operated. It's just like a car. Like, oh, this hasn't been operated very much. It's only got 2 hours on the chronometer and 127 miles on the odometer. And you can put it on there and you can tell.
It'd be really cool to see that on some of the post-war engines.
Oh my gosh, that would be fun to see on some of the post. It's like if some of those post-war engines could talk, I can only imagine about what the stories they would tell, huh? Like how they were stored in a box for 25 years and they finally got pulled out.
Yeah.
And ran.
Or like something like this too.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Those are runners.
Yep, those have been well-loved trains right there. Those the 2353s, right?
Yeah. In fact, I think Classic Toy Trains, they did a video on like what it was like making those trains.
Oh, really?
In the 50s. Yeah, it's really cool because I think they were making baby Hudsons. And they put them on the track, right? And they had it on a stationary track, and they'd have it run. And they put the smoke pellets inside to see if it smoked and stuff like that. And then they put it on another track, switch a toggle, and it'd go to the next station.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is when they were testing them out when they were building them?
Yeah. And then they showed them, like, doing the details on the GG1s. And they showed them, like, casting the frames for them.
Oh, wow.
And then they showed them, like, painting the small plastic passenger cars, not these ones, but the 027 ones.
Yeah, or like the anniversary passenger cars, right?
Yeah, and I think they were making the green ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
forget what those are, the Chesterton cars or something like that. Those green ones are beautiful. I like those too. I like the yellow ones and the green ones.
But it's really cool because you got to see a lot of like it was like they had them like they put them on a tray thing, and they could do like 8 cars at once. But then they like had 2 trays. So like once one car was done painting, they'd flip the trays around, and then they'd paint the other one while another person was putting the next tray of cars on, and they flip it back again.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I just liked how they ran the trains from each station. But yeah.
No, where'd you see that, George?
It was on YouTube. I think Classic Toy Trains did a video.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Classic Toy Trains is one of our favorite magazines, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yeah, we get that monthly. We've been getting that for years. Grandpa's layout was in Classic Toy Trains, one of the episodes in 2003, right?
Yes.
You were able to figure that out yesterday, if I remember correctly? No?
2003. Oh, the magazine.
Right.
I thought you were talking about TM Books.
TM Books? When did they go out for TM Books, George? That was your debut on screen, huh?
Yes. You can show me peeking over the layout. I was like barely tall enough, right?
Yeah, about 4 years old? George is in a movie, Lionel Nation 5. Grandpa's layout, which we had built, featured in that, and pulled George out of preschool that day. We went to go be a part of
I remember that.
The production.
Grandpa picked me up.
Yeah.
From the school. We and that was in the Continental too. Drove all the way to Bartlett.
Woohoo!
Yeah. And I had he had that model plane in his in the back seat, and I played with that the whole way.
Good times.
Yes. I was super excited because I remember the big camera and some special trains being run. So it's the first time I saw a lot of that post-war stuff, Ron.
T's Cottage guy is asking some questions here. George, T's Cottage guy wants to know if you also run 00 gauge.
I have some.
And he's asking. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So 00 gauge, I have I think one 00 gauge engine, and it's my Intercity 125 set.
And that was a follow-up question from T's Cottage guy: are all of your locos from the United States?
I mean that's not pretty big, but I have a collection of foreign engines and rolling stock. It's not too big. I think I've got probably about 10 or 12 cars. And I have not 10 or 12 cars, 10 or 12 cars and engines all together, but I have 2 engines. And, one of them's my Intercity 125 set, which I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I know stuff's different, down in Europe, where those run, like where I haven't really gotten too much into it to run them, and I don't have the right track for it either. The wheel flanges are too big for HO track. But yeah, there's a pretty special story behind that.
Yeah, why don't you tease? It's a neat story. Georgia had the opportunity to get them from somebody from Great Britain.
Yeah. So basically, what they I got the opportunity to go to World Scout Jamboree in 2019 or this last year, and I had gotten a hold of somebody from from Great Britain, and he said, or he was into model trains, and I was like, hey, I got some trains I'd like to trade with you, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll trade them with you, and so I got 2 Intercity 125 passenger cars. I traded them at the World Scout Jamboree, and then later I had always wanted to get the engines. I tried so hard to get him to trade an engine with me, but he wouldn't do it. So I ended up going to a train show, and I saw those Intercity 125 an Intercity 125 set, and I was like, and I think the guy wanted $30 for it, and I offered him $20. He took it. So deal. Yeah.
Right on. So, T's Cottage Guy says the last Intercity 125 retired on the 28th of December 2019.
Oh, that's really
This
cool.
is just a little while back. So, Thomas Eden checking in and is asking, was it difficult for you to connect your MTH Wi-Fi to your home router? Mine just doesn't want to do it. I've had no trouble with it with the Lionel. And I'll answer that one, Thomas. I did that just the other night. So Mike's Train House had 2 different ways that they had said that you could connect it up to your home system, the wireless. One way was by using oh gosh, what's it called? I'll be right back. It's one way is by using the WPS, both on your router and on your Wi-Fi unit, and I tried that option. That was it looked like it was the easier way of the 2, and it didn't work for me doing that way. Then there was another way that you can actually connect your TIU or the Wi-Fi unit up with your internet and connect directly to your home Wi-Fi using a web page. And that's the way I did it, and it ended up working pretty good. Thomas, have you tried doing it that way? Just out of curiosity, just following up your question with another question, if you wouldn't mind tuning in, and I can kind of bump you one way or the other. Have you tried both ways of trying to connect the MTH WIU up to your home Wi-Fi? I will admit it was kind of bumpy, but once I figured out the bumps, it was relatively smooth, and I can kind of walk you through. If not on the live stream here, maybe we can correspond if you want to shoot me an email at trainbuds there, and I can help walk you through that. But like I said, it was kind of difficult, but once I walked through the process, it was relatively easy. So
I was just looking at these cars, and it looks so small behind the E8 or the E7s. I'm sorry.
The E7s, right. So there was okay. So you did try both, Thomas. Yeah, I guess, like I said, the first one with the WPN, that one I had difficulty with, and I've got an Apple airport router that I use here at the house, and I had a little bit of difficulty doing it the first way, but then the second way, I ultimately was able to get it through. So T's Cottage Guy says if you're ever in the UK, you should go to the National Railway Museum in York, which has the world's largest railway collection, including the Mallard, the world's fastest steam locomotive, which went 126.1 miles per hour.
That's cool.
Yeah, T's. We definitely got to make it out there. That's one of our George and I have talked about that a lot. That's one of our bucket list items, isn't it, George?
Yes.
We did have the opportunity last year. We went to the National Railroad Museum here in the United States.
Yes.
And tell them what we saw there.
We got to see the Dwight D. Eisenhower, which is the only A4 it's one of 2 A4s in North America, and the only A4 in the United States.
Yeah, so we had the opportunity to get on the Dwight D. Eisenhower, and take a look at the engine. And what else did we take a look at there, George?
We get to see the armored car that Dwight D. Eisenhower rode in.
And that the Dwight D. Eisenhower was what during World War II, George?
You can answer that.
It was the command train for General Eisenhower in Europe, and they ended up naming the train after them. And it was then ultimately one thing to the next, and it was donated to a museum in Green Bay, Wisconsin, here in the United States. And it's one of our favorites to museums to go to up there. And that particular A4 is one of my favorite engines. I grew to love that one. George grew to love that one too. It being the same class locomotive as the Mallard. And George and I always go round and round as to what's the not necessarily what's the fastest engine. The obviously the Mallard's the fastest engine, but on record. But there were a lot of fast trains in the United States, and it's always a what if. What would be the
fastest?
Right.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I don't know. I don't think we ever really attempted it.
No. Well, I mean, not in the sense that the speeds were recorded. Yeah. One of my favorites is right here from Chicago to Minneapolis. One of my favorite trains, named trains, is the Hiawatha, and the Hiawatha regularly used Atlantics and had a scheduled 100-mile-an-hour service going back and forth.
Yeah, it's known for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So and there's a lot of Hiawatha stuff. It's a Native American it's Native American story written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. The story was the story of Hiawatha, that is, and then the Milwaukee Road adopted that name for its high-speed service between Chicago, where we live, and Minneapolis in Minnesota.
It's cool at my grandpa's house too. My grandpa has. Is it a post-war or a remake?
It's a remake of a pre-war engine.
Oh yeah, and it's the Hiawatha, Streamline Hiawatha set. And my grandma had, I'm not sure if the headdress is authentic. Is it? Do you know if it is? But it's a really cool headdress, a Native American headdress. And she made it, do you know who made the display case? But she's got it in the display case with the Hiawatha in the
very cool
case.
Colorado Trains, 38 Railroad Productions, checking in. And Thomas, or Sparky 107 saying that there's a lot of cool train museums in the UK. Yeah, one of these days we got to get it out there. It's a dream of George and I to go to Europe and with my grandpa and do some rail fanning in Europe out there, ride the high-speed trains, see some railroad museums out there. So let's see here. Thomas says that he'll be sending in his video tomorrow. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you doing that. George T's Cottage Guy also says that the National Railroad Museum also owns the Flying Scotsman. That's I kept calling it the Mallard. The Flying Scotsman. In 2014, the Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Dominion of Canada. That's the one that's in Canada. They were there all at the same time. The two A4 locomotives from the USA went to the UK for the Great Gathering of Mallards for the 75th anniversary. Yeah, it is. I remember seeing some videos of that. You didn't happen to go there and see that particular event, did you? That would be really cool. Andrew Garcia's piping in. That's another one of
844.
Yeah, man, those Northerns.
Or Daylight. I heard the Daylight could go pretty fast.
Yeah, the 844 Northern. That's a Northern, right? The UP 844.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They could. There are a lot of American trains that could haul as well. But
can George run the engine that made it Train Fest? Yeah.
Oof. All right. So, hey, rather than you do that, that's a great idea. Hey, George, Human City Junction's checking in. He says, hello again. He says that your mom looks different today.
Yeah.
Less hair, more beard. Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Cool thing about this engine is I have it programmed so it can run off my
Okay, so George, come bring the engine over. So before you get onto that, I'm going to transition. It sounds like he's had a chance to let's see where we're at. I lost it. I'm sorry. T's Copy guy says he saw the event, and I'm digging around in a box of SD cards to find the photos. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Once they're on the channel, I'll let you know. Please do. I'd love to see a video. I'd love to see that. So switching gears here, a couple years ago at a train show that we went to, Train Fest, there was a company there called Gfw Trains, and they were showcasing one of their trains, or showcasing their product line, which was a product line of trains. George, why don't you pipe in there and show the train and explain what you did, what it is?
So basically, it can run on Lego track and also O-gauge track, and
it comes in a kit, like a Lego kit,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and it's actually pretty fun to put together. It's a challenge, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty neat. All you have to do is change the wheel flanges to run on O-gauge and a Lego track.
I think that it's a really, really neat concept. The group that made this, they made the trucks so that you could not only use it on O-gauge, but you could use it on Lego as well.
Yeah.
You just switch
or L-gauge.
They called it L-gauge, didn't they?
Yes.
That you could switch the trucks as well. So
I can put it on the train.
It works off of Bluetooth, right, George?
Yeah.
What's inside of the train?
It's a Raspberry Pi computer. So.
That, as a parent, I thought was really, really neat. Is that they call it Bridger because they want to bridge the gap between it being a toy and it being a learning device. So it operates. Operates on either O-gauge track or on O-gauge track or on Lego track. And not only that, but as somebody grows, they can program the Raspberry Pi computer that it operates with off of Bluetooth.
I was able to program it to run off my PS4 controller. So, yeah.
And that just scratches the surface. You can program it to have all kinds of different sounds. I mean, the computer in this train is at a higher level, or just at
especially being so small too.
Right. You can program sounds. You can program different operational opportunities in there. So it's a really neat unit. I do have my doubts whether George is going to be able to get it fired up and going here right away, but we'll see how good it is. From ask to operation goes. But regardless, I want to showcase this train because it's a really neat train and a really neat concept. Again, Gfw Trains is the name of the company that makes it, and like I said, it's a really neat unit. And George might not have batteries that are ready to go on it, but you can operate it on the track. You can operate it with your phone. You can operate it with a PS. The PlayStation remote, just like, and you can grow with it. In fact, a friend of mine bought it for his son, who's a 24-year-old engineer, and he's a whiz with the Raspberry Pi computer, and he's done some pretty amazing stuff with it. All right, so going back to the stream here, Steven says, great show, must go, see you tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by, Steven, appreciate it. T's Cottage, guys. All right, I'm moving back too far.
Yeah, I kind of forgot the Wi-Fi password.
Human City Junction says it's so great seeing your dad having fun. Well, we always have fun, except for about the 5 minutes before we begin our live stream. It's always so funny. We're so stressed out right before we begin the live stream just because we're trying to get trains running. We're trying to get everything set. We could try and prepare 2 hours beforehand. And it seems like that last 5 minutes is really stressful, and we have to put it away, start the live stream, and say,
"Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo soy Gfw Trains, or Trainers." Yeah.
We talk about everything.
I don't know how
but
to say
mostly
that in Spanish.
Ferrocarril. That's what I wrote.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I lost track here, guys. Sorry about that. Does it get its track from the power internal? Human City Junction is asking.
It actually gets its track from batteries.
Gets its power for them?
For the Raspberry Pi and the motors. But it's a pretty cool engine.
Why don't you show the guts in there, George? Angel's asking how often are the TCA meetings usually? Well, the Midwest Division meetings, we have meetings every month, but we adjourn for the summer, and then we usually have 3 or 4 other events during the year as well. We have an event at the Illinois Live Steamers. It's a picnic event where we ride on the trains out there. And we have a lot of baseball games. We have a lot of other fun events that we do.
So this is the battery pack that it uses. It's just 6 AA batteries, similar to a Lego battery pack. And then on the inside, there's a Raspberry Pi computer.
Get that closer so people can see there.
You can see the computer, and then here's the battery pack.
Human City Junction said you didn't know Spanish yesterday.
I kind of still don't know Spanish.
No me gusta. He said, "This is your second year of Spanish you're taking in school, George?"
Yeah.
So his second year of Spanish. Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, you had two people pipe up and say that you don't know Spanish.
Angel, I bet you said something.
And I tell you what, as a parent, that's one of my biggest failures is that my kids don't know Spanish.
I know not too much Spanish.
But George is working on it. I give him that.
Anita, not so much.
Oh, yeah.
She decided to take bands of Espanol.
Right on.
The language of our people.
So, just to check in a couple of things, I haven't said that there are 3 things that I want to talk about. First one is I want to promote all of the different people that are in the stream and promote the various YouTubers in our hobby. We got a really, really neat community of YouTubers here, and the people that are on the live stream here, and also other model railroaders. So if you get a chance, scroll through the people that are on our stream here right now, and also check out other YouTubers in the community, and let's support each other, watch each other's videos, like, comment on all of that stuff. That's really appreciated, and it gets everybody's videos out there, and we have a good time making these, but it's also fun to know that people are watching and liking our stuff. So, and I'm sure it's the same way with all of the other people. If you scroll down, or if you go to the side on your computer, there's 3 little dots, and one of them is to go to channel, and you can go to the other YouTuber's channel. So that's one. The second one is that George, if you could talk about it a little bit, talk about the hashtag here.
So basically what we're doing for our 1,000 subscriber special is we are doing a YouTube compilation for using all our subscribers.
That's good.
And
subscribers.
And basically, if you want to be entered in the compilation, all you have to do is make a video of your train layout or floor layout and post it to GFW Stay at Home Running Trains, or post it at trainbuds@gmail.com.
Let me just fill in some blanks there on that. In the title, what we're asking is that you put in the title when George says what George is talking about. If you, in the title, if you put in the hashtag GFW Stay at Home Trains, then we can find it easy. And then the other thing is too is that people can go and just hit on that hashtag. It's a hyperlink, and it'll take you right to all of the people that have had these videos. And what we're going to do is we're going to, since we're at the stay at home, we don't have any train layouts of videos or train layouts that we can make footage that we can make a video of. So we've asked some of the subscribers if they can help us out, and we'll try and make a video in a couple of weeks here.
So far, we got quite a bit.
Yeah, we've got some good footage.
Thank you guys for that effort.
Right, no, that's really cool. And then lastly, for the YouTube community that's out there, we don't have everything together yet, but we'd like to invite everybody, YouTubers, community, family members, whomever, the YouTube community to the Illinois Railway Museum on September 19th. And we're going to have a YouTube meetup out there. We're going to flesh out some details, and we want to put that out there so it's not only us inviting people, but everybody inviting people. And we'll host a tailgate out at the Illinois Railway Museum at their showcase event on September 19th.
Okay. Can I answer a question?
Please.
So Angel Garcia asked if I'm Hispanic, and that I am. And my mom's grandpa, so my great-great-grandpa, came to Americana Train. So.
All right. We like that story, don't we, George?
Yeah.
Yep. My ancestors came to the United States in a canoe. Well, they came a lot of different ways, but I always like to say that
In a canoe.
some of them came in a canoe. So Human City Junction said he just hit 50 subs today. Oh, yeah, that's great.
Congratulations.
Right on. That's awesome.
I remember when I hit my 50 subscribers.
George had a sweet 50 subscriber special. In fact,
it got taken down. It was so sweet. YouTube got jealous and they took it down.
Because you used some of that. I actually think it's up there, George. I think if you look and dig deep enough in George's video library, you might be able to find George's 50 subscriber special. He did get
best video yet.
He did get a copyright hit for using.
It was taken down for a very long time. I don't know how it got back up. I thought it was just been down, but
I think he used Final Countdown by Europe.
Those were good days, man.
Fire.
Triple-headed big boy. Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah.
Human City Junction says he can barely speak English. Human City Junction, what's your first language? And congratulations on the 50 subscribers. That's awesome. So Grandpa and Angel had a little bit of correspondence about the TCA and
Grandpa did have a valid point.
What's that?
We have been talking to Angel about a lot of the modular layout stuff, and we don't normally have the modular layout up all the time. We normally do them at shows or the Christmas Big Meet, but that's a pretty cool layout just to operate on. What do you say?
I'm just laughing. The Human City Junction says English is his first language. He's just terrible at it.
Oh.
You can put me in that category too.
My chronometer.
Yeah.
Stefan.
John's typing in John 2618 about Final Countdown by Europe.
Song. That's right. Hopefully, don't get copyrighted for using that in the live stream.
Rock ballad.
That's right. What else do we got? Angel's I'm Hispanic as well, and my Spanish is pretty choppy, similar to George.
Well, maybe you and George can actually, Angel, you can work on your Spanish, and then you can teach George some of that those aerospace engineering equations the other day. I think when I was reading what you were calling him, it made my head explode. But George is a much smarter kid than I am. He takes after his mom. She's a smart. Me, I would like to say that I bring the good looks to the operation, but not even that.
The only thing Anita knows how to say in Spanish is "Hola, yo soy soy Dora."
Mochila. Oh gosh. All right. So anyway, George, we're getting to be about 4:45 here. We'll run this. George is having fun here, balancing on the stool.
Yeah. Fun hobbies.
Fun times. Human City Junction wants you to talk Spanish about trains. Actually, that is one way that we can get George motivated about things, is to somehow have him relate to trains. So, all right. We're getting.
I don't know how to say favorite. I'm trying to think of the sentence to say.
Me gusta tu trenes.
Me gusta es un tren niño grande.
Oh, and I am El Nino.
Big boy.
The big boy. Oh, yeah. Nice, George. Nice. So, all right. So, we're getting to the end of the stream here. We got a couple of trains out. Which one? Tomorrow we will be rolling off. The Monons will be rolling out. We'll roll a new train in. Do we have any suggestions on a train to roll in? I'll put that up there. The other thing that I want to do is, I'm going to try and work on that general movie tonight, but I got to do a pump out, one more pump about the fact that we're going to be putting out another YouTube video on the General, the Civil War engine. That's one of the biggest stories about or not one of the biggest, but probably one of the most fun railroad stories that you'll ever hear, and one that's made popular in a couple of different movies. There's a Walt Disney movie that was made, and I forget the name of the actors that are in that movie. And then Buster Keaton also made an old movie about the General. And heck, they're making remakes about all of these different stories and everything like that. Wouldn't that be awesome if they made a remake of The General?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be cool to do a reenactment.
I'm telling you, if you guys, you got to go to Kennesaw, Georgia, and see this train and hear the story of The General. One of the reasons why I haven't put out this video earlier is because it's I don't know, it doesn't have any pop. I'm going to tell you that, right? It's a cool story, but the footage and the storytelling doesn't have any pop, and that's one of the reasons why I've had difficulty producing this video, but I don't have anything else to put out, so got to put something out. But the story is so cool. It's such a neat story. There's spies, there's wars, there's trains, there's train chases. In the southern conductor from The General chased down The General, where he commandeered train after train after train. He ran after The General to start. It is such a cool story. And
rail.
And Andrew and his raiders who went and stole The General, the story that they tell, and then the follow-up to the story. If you guys have never heard of The General, you have to check it out. It's such a neat train story, isn't it, George?
Yes.
My brother and I, it was one that fascinated us as we were growing up, and my dad told us the story and took us to go see The General, and we saw the Disney movie The General, and we saw the Fess Parker and Jeff York, the Disney General, right, and then Buster Keaton in the original General. Yeah, that's so. But yeah, you have to. So if inspiring. All right, so we run trains. We like to run trains. If you haven't heard of the story of The General, when we're done with our YouTube here, look up The General. Look up the story of The General.
Wait for our video.
Or you can wait for the video too. Yeah, wait for the video, and then get an overview of that.
And then research more about
it. Right. So anyhow, getting to the end of the stream here, George. Let's start buttoning things up. So congratulations to DB Tech for winning the Badgerland S-Gauge prize on the giveaway. That's pretty neat. Please keep those videos coming in. Keep running trains. And yeah, anything you want to say, George?
Although we aren't running trains currently, you should be running trains.
Oh, yeah, there we go. What do you like, George?
Trains. And for the record, I kind of speak Spanish, for those of you who were asking. And I run trains on a daily basis.
So LJL Rail Yards is just checking in saying, hi guys, hey, good to see you. Thanks for checking into the live stream. I apologize. We're just getting done with about an hour and 45 or hour and 50 minutes of the live stream. So we're about ready to button her up and move along, but that's the bad news. The good news is that we'll be back, right, George?
Like always.
Like always. Same bat time, same bat channel. Yes. So we are going to be back tomorrow, 3 o'clock. We'll be running some trains. We'll probably run the mallet tomorrow. That sounds like a good one to put out. We'll put out the freight set with the mallet.
That one, or we could just keep the same set and put out the mallet. Or we could switch them to cars around just to make it look different.
When you say we, are you referring to the Royal We?
We.
How many of these trains have you put out here?
We.
The Royal We. All right. So, anyways, have a good night, guys. Thank you for hanging out.
I actually put out dose.
Oh, which ones? Yeah. Oh, actually, it should say this. Which ones did you put away? It's easy to take trains out. Which ones did you put away?
The ones that are...
From yesterday. Tell me which trains you put away from yesterday. That would be a big 0.
Crap.
George put 0 trains away. I got home from work. I put trains away. I started to try and put together this YouTube video. That wasn't working, and I finally decided to chill out. George and I watched some live streams, and then I went to bed. Got up. I had to go to work again today. Got to go to work tomorrow. That's the bad news, but the good news is I'll be back. We'll also, just keep your eyes peeled too. We're going to try and do a pop-up live stream just to check out and see if we can work on the phone. See a different medium to take our YouTubes. But anyhow, our live streams. Anyway, thanks for showing up. Good to see you, and have a great Saturday.
Yes, enjoy running trains. Run all your trains. Well, not all of them, but run trains. What else? I'm trying to think of like good train things to say. Like,
Public service announcements by
Why now?
GFW Trains.
yes. Oh wait, hold on. We gotta have like one of those commercials where like I come in like one of those like lab coats and be like, it's healthy for the human body to run trains 24/7, 365, and then just like walk off the screen. You know, like on those like public health things, like you just be like trains, like.
There you go. All
Yeah,
right.
maybe we can have a pop-up video.
Train smoke. Inhale it.
Inhale
It's good for the-
it. Kids, why vape when you can...
Oh, no.
Don't do that. We didn't say that. Okay, adios.
Oh.